What is going on, everybody? This is Coach Coleman, Jesse Coleman, and you are now checking into Breakthrough Blueprint, the podcast. But this is what I like to call overtime, right? So throughout, me releasing episodes for the podcast, I came up with an idea of I want to kind of like share my journal with you all. So it's going to be the Breakthrough Blueprint, the podcast that I'll be, releasing every Wednesday with a different guest. And then in between those episodes, I'll be releasing what I'm going to call overtime, walk through my journal. And one thing I notice is when I am, speaking or teaching people, a lot of times people think they're the only one that's going through, different situations, different BS and things like that. So, I wanted to tap into, my journal and, the thoughts I have and the things that I go through. And maybe that's something that can, you know, motivate other people. So on this episode of Overtime My Journal, I want to talk about motivation. And one thing I realize is that you can draw motivation from different things, and two of the major things are positive situations and negative situations. And your reaction, the way you get motivated, can be determined by which of those situations are. And here's a perfect example of it. Think about people that get a divorce or people that go through breakups. The first thing that come to mind is the revenge body. So they're taking a negative situation and they're reframing it to do something positive, and it pushes them, motivates them to get in the best shape of their life, as opposed to being in a relationship and they're happy. They say, "Oh, I'm gaining happy weight, like I'm doing good, I'm feeling good." So that motivation kind of shifts. Um, and then you also have the positive motivation where you have people that believe in you, people that trust you, people that see your vision, and people that want to be a part of that, and that pushes people to go, and that's how they get their motivation. And if we tap into my journal and we tap into me realizing what form of motivation, what type of scenario, positive and negative, that motivates me, I realize I'm one of those people that fall under the negative standpoint, where when I did a recount of my life, I went back and I looked at a lot of situations that I've been through. A lot of the bullshit that I went through catapulted me with motivation to take it to the next level, to me to do certain things, like getting my real estate license back in '07, '08. The thing that catapulted me into doing that was a situation where I got scammed. I trusted somebody from a friend and they say, "Hey, I can help you get a property. You don't have to worry about anything. We'll give you $20,000 after closing, and then we'll help you do what you need to do with the property." I end up only getting like 8,000, something like that, and then they ran off. I was stuck with this house. I paid the mortgage on it for a little bit, and then I just let it, foreclose. And that catapulted me. That was that motivation, that drive that pushed me to be like, you know what? I need to figure out about this real estate game. And again, that was in '07, '08, and I'm still in the business now. And then so I look at it that I get motivated from negative situations that, and it's not a good or bad thing. It's just sometimes people have positive thoughts like, "Hey, Jesse, you are great. You can do this." And that doesn't push me. That doesn't motivate me. But soon as I get any inkling that somebody doubted me or somebody don't think I can do it or people don't appreciate me, I'm like, okay, let's go. It's game time. I'm on your ass. I'm finna take it to another level. No bullshit. Let's get to it. So what I want you to do is I want you to figure out and think about what is the situation, and that you've been through, things that happened where you decided to, if it was positive or negative, that motivated you to go. Now, the second part of that is after you figure out what are those keys that motivate you, now we got to figure out how can we tap into that if it's not something that's constantly going on. So perfect example for me again, where it went to a point and in my career, in my life, where I didn't get a lot of that negative push. So my drive and motivation probably kind of went down a little bit because I didn't get people doubting me too much. I didn't get people you know being negative and things like that. So I did something for myself, and I talk about it and I laugh all the time, of the Michael Jordan syndrome. where even if people did not give Michael Jordan any bulletin board material or anything to get him going, he will create a story in his mind that gets him into that next gear. And I realized that's something that I started doing in a point in time where I didn't have that negative pull. I didn't have, you know, people doubting me. Where whenever I went to teach a class, I always picked out one or two people in that class. And I put myself in the mindset that these people do not believe in me. They don't think I know what I'm talking about. They look at me as a big black guy with 23 tattoos. What do he know about helping me become a better person? What do he know about real estate? He can't do anything for me. I know more than him. And I take that, I internalize that, even if they don't say that. I take that and I internalize that, and that gets me in the gear. That gets me in the mode where I'm like, okay, I am finna present the best damn presentation. I'm finna do the best damn speech. I'm finna give the best damn class because this person don't think I know what I'm talking about. So again, I want you all to think about your life, think about situations, and see what is it that motivates you. Do you get motivated from positive things or do you get motivated for negative things? Now, here's the caveat to that. Motivation goes away. Now that's when discipline, habit, and consistency come in. So perfect example again for my people that's very big on that. Oh damn, I broke up or I got a divorce or whatever the situation may be. I want that revenge body. It starts off with that motivation, but after a while, with you being consistent, with you doing the efforts, with you showing up every single day, doing what it is you got to do, you create that habit. You create that consistency, and now you're constantly showing up. So even when you get past that bullshit of, this person did whatever to you, you have created that habit and that consistency so much that now it's just second nature. I give, I'm going to use me a lot because again, we're talking about my journal with, me and my best friend Jerome. We've been going to the gym consistently every morning between 5 and 5:30 in the morning, every single morning. We're here in Chicago. The past few days or something like that, it's been 5 degrees, 6 degrees. But we created that habit. We created that discipline that it doesn't matter what the weather looks like outside. We're gonna show up and we're gonna do what we gotta do. So that's what the thing I hope for you all with this part of figuring out, are you motivated by positive things or negative things? Second part is figuring out how can I use that? What is the triggers? What can I do to not have to be in a negative or get affirmation from other people for me to be motivated? And then figure out, a hack for yourself of what are some things that you can do to get yourself motivated, get yourself in the mood. Again, you might do like I do and get the Michael Jordan syndrome and create stories about, when you're going on a listing appointment or you're going on a job interview or you're presenting in front of people and pick somebody in there and give yourself that negative motivation like, okay, these people don't believe in me, they're doubting me, they don't think I know what I'm talking about. And then you get on their ass, you go in there and you prove everybody wrong. And then before I wrap it up, I also want to add in that another form of motivation that I realized too is either we want to prove people right or we want to prove people wrong. So again, that's something else I want you to think about. Are you one of those people that like to prove people right or prove people wrong, and you use that as motivation? But again, at the end of the day, people, my family, I love you all. If we don't do the actions, if we don't get consistent, if we don't do the things we need to do, that motivation does fade away. Motivation fades away, but if we have that consistency, that discipline, those habits that we built, then it doesn't matter when those feelings fade away. We're going to still be locked in and we're still going to do what we need to do. So, again, everybody, thanks for rocking with me. This is Coach Coleman, Jesse Coleman, and thank you for tapping into Breakthrough Blueprint Overtime, where we will be diving into my journal. Can't wait for the full X episode to come out to be released next. And again, tap in. You can reach me on Instagram at Coach_Coleman 065, or you can like, subscribe, and follow on YouTube. You can catch me on iTunes, Spotify, iHeart, Amazon Music, the whole thing. So again, let's have this breakthrough. Let's tap into our full potential. Let's be the best version of ourselves, because if we be the best version of ourselves, we can show up to the best as the best version to the world, and we can provide what we want to provide to people. So again, thanks for rocking with me. Thanks for checking in. Catch you later, and peace.